Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be making one of my favorite soups, tomato basil soup. It's really simple, it only has a few ingredients. I'll go ahead and show you the next steps. Okay, I love this recipe because it only has a few ingredients. We have 3 cups of homemade chicken stock. We have our basil, 4 cloves of garlic, 6 tomatoes, 1 onion, and these guys. I have them on hand, so I'm just gonna toss them in the oven with the other tomatoes. We are just going to go ahead and slice our tomatoes in quarters. Really simple, if I can get them off the vine. And then we are going to drizzle them with olive oil and salt and pepper. We have our oven preheating at 425 degrees. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop all of these tomatoes in there for 30 to 35 minutes. And then I will show you what we're gonna do with our onion and our garlic in the meantime. Okay, real quick, I have sliced all of our tomatoes up. I'm gonna go ahead and spray them before I pop them in the oven with a little avocado oil, lots of salt, and pepper. Okay, let's stick these in the oven and then we will go ahead and pull them out in about 30 minutes. All right, while I'm waiting for our tomatoes to be done, we are just going to go ahead and coarsely chop this onion. It does not have to be tiny pieces at all because we are going to use an immersion blender once we get everything in our pot. Perfect, okay. And we have 2 tablespoons of butter here. We are just gonna go ahead, this is our garlic. We're gonna go ahead and saute our onions and our garlic here real quick. All right, we have our stove pot warming up. I'm gonna go ahead and just melt these 2 tablespoons of butter in there. And then we have our 1 onion and our garlic cloves. Let's go ahead and add those. And we're just gonna saute those for probably 5 or 10 minutes. Our tomatoes have 11 minutes left, so that'll be perfect timing for those. And I'll show you what the next steps are. Alrighty, our tomatoes are done. Let's get those in our pot with our onions. This is what they're gonna look like, all right? You want all of the juices from your pan in there with your onions and garlic. Delicious. Every last drop of those juices in there. Perfect. Okay, next I am going to add our 3 cups of chicken stock in here. We're gonna turn our stove back on. Stir this up. Perfect, and we're gonna go ahead and simmer this for about 10 to 15 minutes, covered. And we'll check back in. All right, let's go ahead and finish our soup. I just went ahead and turned the stove off. This is what our roasted tomatoes and onions and garlic looks like. I'm going to use our immersion blender and go ahead and just blend all of this up in here. If you'd like, you can carefully transfer it to a normal blender. This is just easy, so this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna wait to add our 2% milk and our basil leaves until this is all blended up. Now this is pretty well blended. I'm going to go ahead and add about 10 fresh basil leaves. Mix those up in there. That's my favorite part. I could put basil on absolutely everything. I love it so much. Great. Oh, that looks delicious. Okay, and now I have half a cup of 2% milk. You can use whole milk. You can use whatever kind of milk you want. I have 2%, so that's what I'm gonna use. Going to go ahead and stir that in. perfect. I'm gonna cook this with the lid on for about 5 more minutes. Alrighty, let's go ahead and taste our incredible tomato basil soup. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, give this a whirl. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. It's really, really, really good. I upped the basil a little bit. I normally do about 6 to 8 leaves of basil, but I really love basil. So I went ahead and put 10 in. Do that according to taste, but this is great. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt, but other than that, it's perfect. If you like this recipe, please subscribe.